It's a superstar. Oh, look at this. Bucky Lassick closes the door there on Johnny Weeman. Scott Speed from the last row of the grid. He's getting pushy as well. He's on the inside of Patrick Sandell.
And Weeman, you know, obviously there's a lot of race to run, but Weeman needs to make up a position if he wants to win the title.
Look at Scott Speed in the Beetle. He's already up to 4th. Unbelievable from the last row of the grid.
Look at that. Around the outside. He's going to head for the Joker.
Straight away, Scott Speed follows Bucky Lassick. And also Ken Block for the Joker first time round. He wants to get in clear space and clean air. He does.
And this is a perfect scenario for Speed. It's not looking good for Weeman because Speed has a lot of open track speed. He was on the pole by a half a second. So if he can put his head down and close that distance, it's going to be really hard. If there was a car in front of him holding him up, Weeman could maybe close up on the back. But this is looking pretty good for Ken Block.
Scott Speed won both of his heats, finished second in his semi-final. It's been an amazing day. Can he go on with it and end on a high note here? For Johnny Weeman, the pressure is on. Things have all of a sudden taken a very serious turn because sitting in 4th is not going to get the job done.
But you've also got a very hungry Bucky Lassick who wants to win his first main event and isn't letting Ken Block get away.
Now, for Johnny Weeman, if he can get as close to Scott Speed as possible, he's still got the Joker up his sleeve. That's going to work out nicely for him later in this race. And there's nobody close enough. Isaacson is not close enough to hassle Johnny Weeman.
But Weeman needs to get around 2 cars, not just 1.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's coming on speed. He is really rising to the occasion.
On board with Johnny Weeman.
Marcus Gronholm protege.
The pressure could not be higher. And you look at that gap between Bucky Lassick and Johnny Weeman, it's 1.6 seconds. That's not enough with the Joker.
No, he's going to have to get around one of these cars on track.
Ken Block.
Look at this. Look at Bucky is definitely coming back to him. Speed almost gave him the bumper in the horseshoe.
Ken Block is 2.3 seconds out in front. Here comes Scott Speed on Bucky Lassick. Lassick is
heading for the
back.
Joker. Weeman's heading for the Joker.
Well, he feels he can get 2 in 1 here, right? Can he do it? Johnny Weeman, will he do 2 in 1? Here comes Bucky Lassick. Weeman's done it for the time. Lassick's got the momentum, though. Johnny Weeman puts himself back in championship contention.
And what is that smoke?
How about that? Johnny Weeman does what he needed to do at the right point of this race, but it's far from over.
Talk about clutch under pressure. And now Weeman would like to put a little bit of a gap with the speed he was able to do. Look at this. Bucky is not going to lay down.
Ken Block is doing everything he needs to do by winning this race, winning his heats, starting from the pole position. Now he's going to have to call on some of his competitors to try and help him. Otherwise, Johnny Weeman is going to drive to his maiden Red Bull GRC Supercross Championship.
I said he's going to have to pass 1 car on track. I didn't think he could get 2. Wow. If Bucky, backed up speed a little bit, and that was a really good call, spur of the moment to deploy it early and get around both cars.
Scott Speed in 4th for Andretti Rallycross, still working on Bucky Lassick. Meanwhile, Weeman's starting to get away with it. Has Speed got the opportunity for an inside run here on Bucky Lassick? I don't think so. As they hit the jump, that 7-foot rise, up and over one more time. Isaacson's going for the Joker now. Can he do anything about Scott Speed and Bucky Lassick? Can he do something about Scott Speed? Isaacson, does he move into 3rd place? Indeed he does. Subaru's running 3rd and 4th. Whoa. He did that earlier today.
Got into the wall.
And now he gets into speed. And goes around. Boy, there's some hammered cars.
Wow. And it's funny because the contact here, if you don't take someone out, it's like it's no harm, no foul. And so in any other form of racing, they would file aggravated assault charges against you. Here it's just like getting a mani-pedi.
Into the second half of this one. 7 laps down, working lap 8. Let's go on board with Johnny Weeman, the 21 21-year-old supercar rookie, last year's Red Bull GRC Lights champion, is on his way to getting back-to-back championships in 2 different classes. And that makes you feel for Ken Block. He's done everything he needed to do.
Says he's feel like he's driving the best he has all year. The results show it. And Weeman, imagine that. Lights champion, rookie in supercars. Imagine what's going through his head right now.
And imagine having Marcus Rosholm, World Rally Champion, Global Rally Star, as your mentor. One of the best to ever climb aboard a rally car, the lanky, thin Marcus Rosholm. And boy, will he be full of pride seeing Johnny Weeman do what he's doing right here in Vegas. Closing laps. And the distance between those top two, 3.4 seconds, that's a moot point. It doesn't matter. Weeman's done everything he's needed to do.
And look at, there's quite a bit, look at all the dust on his windshield. I guarantee it's probably not perfect visibility.
Behind these guys, Lassick maintains his 3rd spot. Speed is 4th. Isekson has dropped back. That's Brian Deegan out of the race on the inside there at the end of the back straight. Not sure what's happened to Brian.
He was saying he was just had his fingers crossed that that car would make it through. Doesn't look like it did.
On our way home, on the way home, Ken Block. What a year it's been for him. The victory in Charlotte, to be in championship contention. He's going to win the final race here in Vegas, but he won't win the championship. Ken Block gets the main victory. However, Johnny Weeman is the 2014 champion. Unbelievable performance. Look at that. He knows it. He knows second was enough. He wins the title without winning a race, but it doesn't matter. He's the champ.
I talked to him in L.A. when PK had his trouble, and I said, "You're back in the thick of this. How do you feel about things?" He said, "I'm really excited about going to Seattle. I like my chances."
A superb performance by Johnny Weeman on the year. Feel for Ken Block. When you go out trying to win the championship at the final round and all you do is win, Ken Block won both of his heats, his semi-final and main, and still comes up a little shy. There's our champ. Back to back. He's creating his own special piece of Red Bull GRC history. Johnny Weeman at 21 to be a supercar rookie, and now he's a supercar champ. Time to tear it up. Great job.
And he's been pretty reserved all year. Early on, he said, I wanted it too badly early in the year, and he had to back himself down. And those typically reserve the Finns, you know, we've seen it with KK Rosberg and guys like Kimi Räikkönen. Long line of Finnish champions in the world of motorsports. Mika Häkkinen.
And you know what I like? Is when he, coming into this season, said,
what a salute.
Isn't that love?
Look
That's
at that.
great sportsmanship. Ken Block doing a Ken Block.
Exactly. Oh, that is cool.
I liked earlier this year when Johnny was asked, how would you prefer your name pronounced? And he said, well, really, it's Johnny, but I don't want to be known as Johnny. I'm racing here in America. Call me Johnny. Keep it simple. And the Red Bull man wins the Red Bull Global Rallycross Las Vegas. The final. Look at this. This is terrific.
Johnny on the spot.
Yep. And we mentioned it earlier, didn't we, TK? For Mitchell de Jong to see this guy be in the same position. Lights champion last year, supercar champion this year. How awesome is that?
And how about a nod to the Olsberg MSE guys, you know, to battle. They've had some stiff competition, and it seemed like nobody wanted to hang on to the championship lead late in the season, and they came in with that target on their back and deliver. This guy was cool as a customer. I mean, a double leapfrog on the Joker, what he needed to do, and that's clutch.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah, your words rang true there. He doesn't need to pass one, he needs to pass two. He did it in the one go, in the one foul swoop. Johnny Weeman.